Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Ernie's going to be talking about trade probability, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description where you can find Ernie's education platform. Enjoy guys.
By narrowing the flies, what we're trying to do is keep that zone 2 movement approximately the same, whether we're in low volatility or high volatility. It's not perfect. I don't know how you could possibly make it perfect. Like you could perfectly dial in the odds for staying within zone 2 or getting into zone 3 every day. But what I found is that there's a range, and that's why I say you got to play the range. And there's a range for low volatility, medium volatility, and high volatility that you employ. And that seems to keep you in place. And I showed that with just the consistency of my returns. That changed, I think, in this year. I was still consistent, but I was just consistently sideways, which isn't a huge thing, but I would have much rather have made money than not. And that's because other things changed. Other things that were outside of the things that were working in my strategy. In other words, it was diminishing the edges. So we had to do something to compete with that. Ideally, what you want to do is keep a standard set of probabilities. When you know what the probabilities are, then you have a fairly deterministic result. Then it all comes down to how you execute. If you execute consistently, then you start returning a consistent result. Now, in the long run, this is what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve that consistency, and then consistent profits, and then consistent increase in the amount that you're risking based on your account size. That allows you to compound. That's a true compounding strategy.
So like yesterday when the price was moving a lot and it was moving counter trend to the whole, I was thinking of this as an opportunity, but then like you're talking about probability, the probability was a lot harder to choose a price that we would approach today if we were going to just stay one DTE and not try to risk figuring out what it was doing that day.
If you had a trade on from, say, previous days, maybe you put it on a day or 2 days before and you had the Batman on, you probably would have profited in both the call and the put and gotten out of the call before it really left the building, because it would have been early on. You would have woken up with a gap up, and then it would have been sitting near your call fly. Maybe not in it, but near it. And there was probably some profit that you could have taken off. And then it reversed. And for a lot of people, I think it not only reversed and hit their fly, but went right through it. If you didn't take profit going through, then that's on you. That's like a no-brainer. But that was an opportunity to make profit on both sides of the trade. And depending on whether or not it was a trade that was 1, 0, 1, 2, or 3 days out, would have determined how much profit that would have been available, because in each one of those cases, for the 3 days out, there would be less overall profit available because of the premium decay would only have been on the 3rd day out, and there would have been subsequently more for 2, 1, and 0. So it really would have depended on when you initially took that trade on that day, how much you would have profited. Some people would have profited a lot, some a little. Now, you don't know when you're going to get a big move on trades that you put out there further out. So there's no way to really judge that. You just put them on, expecting that the law of probabilities are going to work in your favor over time. Some days you're going to have some that are perfectly placed with perfect pins, and other days not so much.
Thanks for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button below. If there's any questions that you might have for Coach Ernie, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Thanks guys.